Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry about that, everybody. Hello, I'm back again. Toddler here from Oscha Slings, hopefully with no technical difficulties this time. I hope you all managed to find your way back. Apologies for the technical glitch. I'll just wait to see. Hello. Hi, Kristen. I can see people joining in now. Hi, I hope you're all finding your way back. I'm really sorry about that glitch just earlier. That was not planned, not scripted. Thank you for being patient and thank you for coming back. I'll just wait a few minutes for others to find their way back here and then I'll get going properly. In the meantime, I know it's not officially Middle Earth Week this week, but who's been watching the new series and what do you think so far? Hi Susan, hello, thanks for joining. If somebody could share the link into the clan, that would be wonderful, and then we can get started. Great, thank you very much. I am really looking forward to showing you these scarves. As you saw last week with Hannah, there were some lovely patterns on this warp, so we've got 3 more for you, which I'm sure you've seen popping up in the clan and in some of the photography we've had going out. So yeah, let me know which one you're looking forward to. Just have a look here and see if we can get a few more people joining from the clan. So as I said previously in my first start at this video, so these 3 scarves are the sister scarves to the Middle Earth releases from last week. So I'll just go ahead and start showing you this one which I have on, which is the Briarwood Reed. So this is woven with the same cotton, silk, cashmere weft as the Rings of Power Flame that Hannah showed you last week. So it's on this, again, on this gorgeous crimson brad, which runs from this kind of deep maroon colour at the bottom through a crimson and up to an almost scarlet colour at the top. And just, you can see the shimmer on that. Hi, Amber says, hello, can you please share price points for all 3 patterns when you have a chance? Yes, one moment, I will sum those up for you in a second. So this was the cotton silk cashmere weft, just like Rings of Power Flame, and it's got this gorgeous softness to it, which is going to feel really lovely against your skin, as well as really popping against this red warp. So as an indication, this as a scarf would be £59 ex VAT, and slightly less for the cowl version and the infinity loop. So I'll just pop this loop off because I would like to show you this as a shawl, because I think it just has a lovely quality of drape. So you can see that's going to be really lovely and elegant, and with enough structure to kind of hold, you know, if you're using it as a cover up over an evening dress or any other sort of formal outfit, that's going to be just really gorgeous to move around in and show off all these amazing colours. And I know we're not meant to mention the C word yet, but this does remind me a little bit of robins in the snow, so I think seasonally appropriate and gonna just be a really elegant pattern and easy to pair with formal wear or casual wear, and works both ways. As a cover up, so when the seasons are changing, I think this cotton silk cashmere weft is particularly good for that, so I would recommend that one. The next one I want to show you is this really gorgeous Anais Rococo. Amber says, this photograph very matte but looks so shiny here. Yeah, the mercerized cotton really comes into its own when you see it move. I think in a still photograph it's so hard to capture that, because they really do add such a shimmer and shine to the fabric. So let me just pop this on and you'll see how this gathers up. So this is the Anais infinity loop. So as you can see, with this really beautiful black weft, as we saw last week on Rohan Rain, just gives the whole warp a different feel completely from the ecru weft that we saw with the cotton silk cashmere. So it's got a really moody feel, just going to be so elegant, I think, to wear. That's going to go with so many things. So we can pop that over. You can have a little fun with this. I quite like just to get them around like that, you know, if you're looking for a bit more of a cover up, or pop it down. And these, because the weft on these is Mako cotton, so the scarf is 100% Mako cotton, they're really easy to wear year round, so they're really lightweight, so they're giving you a little bit of warmth but without the bulk. And so with the infinity loop especially, you're just getting all of those amazing warp colours coming up together, and you can sort of play around with, you know, what you like to accentuate, which one you like to have showing each particular day. So yes, I think these are going to be great. Amber says, I'm usually all about the stars, but this one looks lovely. Going to be tough to decide. Yeah, me too. I really like a star pattern, but this one is something special. It's really lovely. So I'll just show you that as a scarf. Because I think that's worth holding up. So this is it with the darker colour at the top, going down to that scarlet red in the bottom. So really this one works both ways, and the black wefts just tying all those colours together in such a lovely smooth colourway and giving it that shimmer. So we were talking about how the shine really comes into its own when it's moving. So mercerizing involves spinning the yarns under tension. So what you get is a yarn that's much more circular. If you were to cut through the middle of it and look at it end on, it's much smoother. So obviously that means it bounces a lot more light back to us who are looking at it. So that's where you get that amazing shimmer from, which I always think is interesting. There we go. And pop that off. And show you the third one, which is this amazing Orion Rory. So this to me just looks like autumn and shimmery leaves on the floor of the forest. I'm going to put that on this way around with the darker colour at the top. I'll quickly show you this as well, unfolded as a scarf, and I'm going to just bring that back and move it around so you can really get an idea of how that gold shimmers through. I think this one is just going to be so perfect for autumn. So it's got this really delicate, the Orion pattern is this delicate pattern of kind of interwoven circles of stars or rings of stars, and they just kind of pop with that gold yarn across the crimson warp and look so lovely. I'll just check if any of you have any questions. Oh, Helen, hi. Nice to have you. I was thinking of you today because obviously I know Orion is your thing, and I think this one, hopefully this is a good one for you. I think it's amazing. Claudia asks, will you make any Ceos with tencel? I'm trying to think if we have. I feel like there may have been one, but we'll bear it in mind, because that could be a lovely quality as well for the summer, especially summer months. That could be a really nice cooling fibre to use. Oh, Daisy asks, did I miss Briarwood? And you did, but I'm very happy to show it to you again, Daisy. And Denise says as well, am I late? I will quickly recap all of the scarves after this one, and I will make sure you've seen all of them. Amber says, what colour is the weft? This one reads a bit more orange to me in the pictures. So it is a gold. I think it's closer to copper, the way I see it here. So if you can see it there against the red and with that darker maroon colour, I think it sort of just brings it down to a more coppery tone. I wouldn't call it orange, but I get what you mean. Sometimes depending on what's in the background of the picture, what other colours are around, it can look like that, but in person I think it's much more of a coppery kind of burnished gold kind of shade. Yay, Helen, glad you like it. And Claudia says, I have Misty Mountains and Matrix from years ago with Tencel and it's amazing, soft and shiny. Yes, Tencel is a really lovely yarn for scarves, so we'll bear that in mind when we're thinking up our next lot of scarves. So that is the Orion, and I'll quickly do, as promised, the names for the scarves. Can you tell us about the names for the scarves, please? That is a good question. I didn't name them, so I will ask. Rory, I'm going to assume, is to do with the meaning of Rory, which is redhead, and probably alluding to the fiery colours in this scarf, which I think is very appropriate. Rococo, I am going to check, but I have a feeling it's to do with this kind of almost timeless Baroque feel of the pattern, and I think it's particularly appropriate that it's in mercerized yarns, which have that almost metallic kind of shimmer or shine to them. They could hint at that. So that would be my guess. Reed, I'm not sure. I will get back, but I would assume it's hinting at, you know, a sort of landscapey thing where you would find the briars and the little starlings or birds kind of flitting about. That's what I like to imagine that would be. So the nice thing about a name, I think, is you can interpret it as you like. So Denise asks, what is the price for Orion? So to recap prices again, for the Anais and the Orion, for scarf it's £56 ex VAT, slightly less for the cowls and infinity loops. And for anyone who missed the Briarwood, that one is £59 ex VAT. So I'll just do as promised and show you again the Briarwood. So this is it there. For anybody who missed the start, thanks to my slight slip up with the technology, apologies for that. There you go, just those little birds picked out there in that lovely detail across those red colours. And then I'll show you the reverse. So you have this lovely ecru cotton silk cashmere weft, which is really gorgeous and soft and drapes like a dream, I think. So if you're more of a shawl person, I think this is going to be the kind of cloth quality that you're going to love. But really, all of them are great. So yeah, let me know which one you think is your favourite. I hope I've answered the questions you've asked. Let me know if there's anything else, or if I've forgotten anything, or you want to check any other details. And yeah, if I can't get that to you right here and now, then one of us will get back to you after this, possibly Holly or Hannah or myself. So yeah, And yes, Jessica asked, these are coming out Wednesday. Yes, they are coming out on Wednesday at 4 p.m. So I'll just wait to see if any of you have any more questions. But in the meantime, the other news to mention is that our Gilded Plum pre-order is now closing on Wednesday. So there's a couple of extra days. If any of you have your eye on anything from that amazing deep purple with the golds and those really rich colours, now's the time to head over and get involved. Make sure you snap up one of those amazing wraps. Then the other thing will be this week, there's not the usual Secret Stash happy hour, so there's no draw to purchase. But Adele will be live in the chatter thread between 7 and 8, and she will be listing a few treasure totes, so definitely join in the fun. Let me just check your questions here. Amber says, how does this red compare to Starry Night Garnet? That is a good question. So I think it's hard to compare because the quality of the fabrics is so different. So the garnet was that recycled cotton and recycled polyester warp, if I remember rightly, and I think more of a, I don't think I can actually find that particular tone on this warp. I think it was a deeper red than this, but also slightly browner. So I'd say this is more red leaning into kind of true red rather than the brown end of the spectrum, if that helps. But possibly I will try to find a swatch and pop up a picture of them together, and hopefully that will help to see how that compares. Claudia asks, how limited are the scarves? So I'm trying to remember. There should be, I'm trying to do the maths here and I can't do it in my head under pressure. I will ask Holly to pop a note to you below and just let you know how many scarves there are once we finish up this video, if that's okay. But they're the usual amount of sales that we would normally weave, so they're not terribly limited, if that makes sense. However, there's a finite amount, so if you have your eye on something, I do recommend getting in there because I'll be snapping them up if you lot don't. Let me see if you've got any other questions before I finish up. So yeah, thank you everyone. Thanks very much for joining in and asking your questions and following along and coming back after I dropped the video the first time. Anyhow, I will see you again in a couple of weeks with some new releases. So until then, thank you, enjoy your scarves, and see you next time. Bye everybody, thank you.